I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. I said in one of my videos that the most terrible policy that President Buhari instituted during his tenure as president was the integration of repentant Boko Haram terrorists into the Nigerian military. And the policy of the military during his tenure. I was listening to a general who said he captured one of the primary leaders of Boko Haram. And because he captured that leader, instead of being commended, he was arrested, put in solitary confinement for many days, and eventually dismissed from the army. So there is conspiracy in the army. And we've had several top generals and intelligence personnel, particularly, they have said several things. Recently, a young lance corporal also was dismissed from the army because as our troops were advancing towards the terrorists, their commander said they should do a tactical withdrawal. But this young man felt that it was not safe for him to withdraw without covering fire. And so he continued firing, and it saved his life and saved the lives of other troops. He has been dismissed from the army for disobeying orders. You remember the debate between Wike and Yerima about orders. And I told you about the Nuremberg trial during the World War and the London Charter article that says that if an order will affect lives and is contrary to the rule of law, that you have a right to disobey it. Many troops will have been killed. I just pray that that soldier would appeal. That brings me to the main matter of today. There are several reports that our troops who were deployed to go after the terrorists that kidnapped more than 20 girls from Maga in Kebbi State were ambushed by the terrorists. Remember, our Brigadier General, was captured after he relayed information to base showing his location. This leads to a very strong suspicion that there are people in our armed forces that are collaborating with these terrorists. And that goes to corroborate what T.Y. Danjuma said some time ago. It's not an official policy, but there are insiders, jihadists, that are in the military that will have passed information over to the terrorists that kidnapped the girls that our troops were coming. And we've seen several incidences like that. That's why we need a neutral body like the American forces to take out these terrorists. They don't need to collaborate with our army, with our military, with our security forces. It will endanger them. Principle question number 2. You are going on a rescue mission. Do you have drones that could have spied the route you are going to pass? If there were drones that could spy the routes that they will pass, they will have located these bandits. If they had reconnaissance, they had done intelligence, they will have known how the place looks like before embarking on that journey. And we have had casualties, injuries with our troops. We can't be wasting the lives of our young people out of recklessness, out of outdated technology, outdated techniques of warfare. I don't know if they had drones. If the terrorists have armed drones, I don't know if our own people have drones. Even if we don't have drones, we could have sent planes to fly over the place, sent planes to fly over the place to view the area before deploying our troops. And we need more strategic thinking than well, this one is not shooting tear gas at civilians or firing at civilians. Our nation is bleeding, and it seems as if the present leadership, political leadership, do not have the will. The Minister for Defense is still communicating with bandits and still saying that negotiating with terrorists is not a sign of weakness. What are you saying, sir? And you remember the charges against you by some people that negotiating with terrorists is not a sign of weakness. People who killed a general in one of the states, the bandit wore the uniform of an assistant commissioner of police that he killed to come for negotiations. We shall talk about that later. Something drastic needs to be done. Tragically, all those who protested against Goodluck Jonathan during his tenure are not talking, they are mute. Mute tribalists, mute religious tribalists, mute tribal bigots. I feel very sad for our country. I remain Dr. Charles Apoki. Something will happen.